Hello, Cambly learners. My name is Cuau. I'm a tutor from Cambly, and today we're going to be studying the magic E. So what is the magic E? The magic E is a spelling rule that's called a split digraph. Okay, so before we understand a split digraph, we need to understand a digraph. A digraph is just a fancy way of saying that two letters make one sound. In many languages around the world, one letter makes one sound. But there are other languages where two letters can work together, like English or French. Now, in many languages, we have digraphs. The most common digraph, probably that you already know, is the SH. S and H together make a sh sound. Or, for example, CH, ch. And of course, TH, th. Okay, that's a digraph. The thing is, English has many digraphs, and they can be somewhat confusing. In English, vowels can make a digraph as well. Think of the word air, A-I-R. We don't say a-e-er, I-er. We say eh. The digraph A-I makes an eh sound. Air, air. Okay, now that the digraph stuff is clear, we're going to move on to the actual magic E rule, and we'll explain the rest. Now, the rule states that an E at the end of a word will modify the vowel in the word. Now, to keep things simple with the vowels, we're going to divide them into two big categories. We're going to divide them into round sounds and flat sounds. Maybe you haven't heard of this before. Maybe you've heard of it with a different name. Many people, many teachers will either call this a long and a short sound. I don't like to use that terminology because it's not about the length. Either way, they refer to the same thing, okay? So if you see it online as long and short, don't worry about it. We're talking about the same thing. The flat sounds refer to sounds that are made by the vowels that are constant, that are not changing. Cat. You see, that line of ah doesn't change. It doesn't go cat or anything like that. We do not modulate. We keep the same tone, the same movement, the same position, the same everything. We have E as in met, me, met, met. I as in sit, sit, sit. Okay. O as in hot, hot, or hop, hop, hop. And U as in bus or mud, bus, mud. Those are the flat sounds that the vowels can make. The round sounds are when a vowel says its name. It's very easy to remember. A, E, I, O, U. Think of cap. That's a. That's a flat A, cap. But the round sound of that A would be cape. Cape. You see that? So a or a. And that sound can change the meaning of the word. Cap and cape. They're two different words. Aha. But now with these two words right in front of you, you can see that there is an E at the end. And that's the magic E rule. So when a word, especially when it's a short word, has a vowel and then a consonant, we usually, not always, but we usually just use a flat sound. But the magic E rule will say that if we have an E at the end of the word, we will modify the last vowel. So the effect of the magic E will jump one consonant and modify the vowel, right? Boop, and modify the vowel. And that vowel, if it was flat, will become round. That's the magic E rule. That's what's magic about it. Think of the word hop. we have ah, the flat O sound. Hop, hop. But we add a magic E, and then boop, we all of a sudden get hope, hope. This is why we call it a split digraph. It means that letters that are not together are still working together. This letter at the end will modify the vowel. So even though they're split, they are working together to make a different sound. Let's think of mad. Mad. That's a flat vowel sound. A, e, I, a. Okay, remember that. Practice that. Mad. But we add a magic E, and all of a sudden, what do we get? We get made, a round vowel sound. We can think of sight, which has its flat version, sit, without the magic E, and sight, with the magic E, making the vowel round. Of course, as with many rules in English, there are exceptions, and those exceptions can be confusing, and there isn't really a warning. And of course, more than anything, you should practice with your Cambly tutor of choice. You can practice it with me, you can take a class with me in the link below, or you can practice with any other tutor of your choosing. Now, I really hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I hope that you learned a lot, and in the meantime, we're going to say goodbye here. So hope to see you on Cambly, and if you're not already a member of Cambly, sign up. It's going to make a world of difference, and you're going to learn a lot. See you there, you guys. Bye-bye.